I finished work, and between the first message you sent and the time that you sent the call, I just completely conked out.
Yo, you already know the man, the myth, the legend. Can you guys hear me properly, or is it too low? Okay.
What up, chat? How's it going? Good morning.
I'm in USD, where is it going? USD CHF. CHF sell based off a fake out on the 30-minute, 10 pips up, and I am about to secure one position. Yeah, it was 1 to 2, but
I caught that sell on EJ.
I was gonna say, Paul, you know your new sort of 4-hour rule for this CHF, right? I was looking at it, and it would have kind of played out perfectly too. You would have gotten no, same near the same area, like near the fake out. It would have worked out perfectly for your sort of strategy. Don't even go on GG, bro. I looked at it this morning. Never looked at it again. Look at it. It's horrible. You can't do anything. One thing I've been trying to implement that I've seen you implement is, you know, when sometimes you get in like at the topic of a candle. I've been trying to do that, right? Ever since I've been doing that, it's like the extra like 2 or 3 pips. It just feels more comfortable when it is coming down. Then, like there's like more like of a room. Yeah. Yeah, this position is running well for USD CHF. I'll be right back.
morning, everybody.
Yeah, looks like GJ went up.
Yo, what we about to get into right now, about to cover from A to Z, how I really get down. I'm talking about getting silly, getting wild, happens everywhere, coast to coast.
UC is about to hit my full target, 2 pips away.
Nice. Yeah, I missed EJ. We set up perfect right here too. If we pull back to it and we get support again, that'll be good.
Oh, what? GJ broke up. What? It sat through it. How many sat through all of New York Open and now broke up?
Yeah, NYSC pushed it.
It's crazy.
You should pay attention, man.
And I'm already in a trade. I'm not taking anymore.
That's good.
Yeah, my chart will be sent in a couple seconds. Just seeing what it does on lower time frames. I want to sit to another.
Several years later, looked at the scotch and said, well played, killed me last night, but now I'm back to life like Edo Sensei. Hit the vendor floor, it's where I spend the core amount of my time and my money, and in the end, but I'm rich in the memories of hanging with my homies.
I ended up securing my UC. The 5 minutes was about to close, and I don't want to sit through another 5 minute like a top book or anything like that. Just a pip and a half away from the full TP.
Nice.
1 second.
Now I'm on stage, you know we mobbing, man. NPC Collective, that's my mobbing fam. Back then they had to laugh through a lot of hands. Now we're the ones laughing out here with a lot of fans. One thing I can say is I'm definitely not jaded, but it's the last night, so I'm definitely faded. All they be doing now is flopping on their couch, man. But the con life is awesome, I can vouch, man. We definitely made it, cause we rainy, but we over here. It's prime entertainment. All my life I have waited for the hip-hop nerds watching metal shred, then rocking DVR with some metal heads. On the final day sleeps what I lack, and the first thing I think when I leave is when will I be back? Cause the con is the place, don't care what you heard, it belongs to us all, yeah, like millions of nerds. Let me see your hands if you bout that con life. Yeah, you heard me, I ain't gonna ask twice. Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up. Let me hear your roar, let me see that cosplay. Shout out to the con, our hidden trove and enclave. Put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up, put 'em up.
What's my
Dedicated to all you crazy efforts. That I've been seeing every single time. Doesn't matter if I'm East Coast, West Coast, down with the dirty South. That's a ludicrous reference.
There was obviously news today, right? He says, hey, did the positive news on USD move gold up? That shouldn't move gold up. That should move gold down if there was positive news. So those aren't real serious news events, are they?
No, it wasn't too. It was just yellow folder. So I mean, or
Oh my gosh,
orange
look at
folder.
this thing go. Good gold.
Orange
Oof.
folder.
Oh my gosh. That's insane. Gold is going crazy. Great shot. I think what we're saying is I don't know if there was. I mean, the positive news on the USD should make gold go down. Is what I was saying. So I'm not sure what positive would make it do that.
And now, a poem by Hans Molman. I think that I shall never see. My cataracts are blinding me.
Yo yo.
Hans Molman is his name, aka Ralph Mellish. He's a stone cold player. Artie Ziff was mad jealous when he dated Summer first plus.
Clay, you in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What up? You catch any gold trades?
I'm in at 1911. A buy 1911.
What is that right now?
1930.
Ooh, bro. Are you the gold whisperer?
I lost on the one before. I tried to buy a little earlier and lost, but then I obviously made it back and more. So
Hey, you're gonna lose no matter what. There's no 100% probable strategy out there, bro.
Definitely.
As long as your losses are small and your winners are bigger.
You had a really nice 1 hour candle close that I talked about all the time, that the tail was longer than the body. And then you had the hour open 45 minutes ago, and that's where I got in.
I got a question about it. Do you look at that one as like a rejection wick or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I was like.
But it was classic because it went down, right? It went down and just tank. And then that tail was longer than the body, and I got in right at 1911. Now my stops are at 1924, so 140 points no matter what.
Yeah, profits. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it.
But I had lost on one earlier. I think I tried to buy it like 1917 and lost, but that's okay. Well, I don't know if we caught the retracement on gold. I've been saying this, and everyone knows this. I've been saying this. It's still an uptrend. Gold's still an uptrend on all the higher time frames. Still, nothing changed.
Yeah, I just stopped trading gold just for this little bit, and then I'm gonna have a whole separate account for it, because on the FTMO the contract size or something was like smaller.
Oh,
so it's not, so it's not worth it. So I'm gonna wait a little bit and then have a separate account just for gold.
You better get a hold of me about that separate account.
I will, man. What? 1 second. Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah. Well, Shady B, if you look at all the higher time frames, which is what we talk about a lot, when Paul gets back, he can take over again. But when you look at all the higher time frames, 4 hour, daily, weekly, and monthly, they're all still an uptrend. So if it's all still an uptrend, all you're doing is looking for dips to buy in a higher time frame uptrend. So I've been saying that for months, buy every dip, which I've been doing. But you just got to look for the support levels and then look for certain patterns that I look for. But gold is still on all higher time frames as an uptrend. So usually the higher time frames will win out over the smaller time frames. So you just got to scale out a little bit and see the bigger picture because it hasn't changed. Yeah, it'll come back. Usually it'll come back to the same levels, yeah.
Everything was motorized, but now I'm up and more alive. So let my family know I'm fine and it's a new day. Cause there's a whole lot I gotta say. So I'ma tell the world that I'm on the way. I promise. When we're back, we gon' celebrate. Yeah, yeah, baby, save the day. So raise your glass to them better days. Cause they're coming. I know I'm gone and it's getting late, but I'll be there, baby, save the day. Cooped up, I ain't left my place in a few months. I'm going back to basics like a crew cut. Feeling used up, but now I'm grooved done. Grinding till I make a few bucks. Somebody do some, ay. Yeah, I've been depressed.
Yeah, if Paul or I could annotate, I guess if we were on the gold chart, I could annotate it. Just kind of show you guys what happened, but I don't think I can because Paul can't change it. I can't change the screen. And Alex says GJ has a mind of his own. We talked about this too. I think Alex, you think you were there. GJ is the same. GJ is on all higher time frames for the most part is an uptrend. And so I anticipated GJ going to 141, 142. I think we talked about this earlier, didn't we? So GJ is the same. It's look for those areas to buy dips at major support levels. My wants and my fire, this my constant desire, this the sound of overcoming all those doubts in my mind. 4 hours an uptrend, daily is an up, no daily is a downtrend. So it's not quite all, but GJ definitely was and has been an uptrend for a while. That smiley face makes it seem like you made money, and that's good. That's a good thing. Yep, higher time frames always win out. And that's why I don't even look at the 15-minute or anything like that, because again, for me, and I know Paul's successful at it and stuff, it's just noise. But I think Paul is going more to the higher time frames as well, because it just gives you a clearer picture of the overall trend. Trading 15-minute to me, and just my personal opinion, is just trading bonus. I think Paul's coming back, but I think you're going back. You're going to the more 4 hour, aren't you, Paul? Oh yeah, I was saying I think you're going more towards the higher time frame charts as well. You're kind of evolving a little bit. Right. Yeah. And we were just talking about, in my opinion, of course, is that 15-minute you're just trading noise, and I think that's why you've moved away from that a little bit and gone more to the 1 hour, 30-minute.
Yep.
With higher time frame analysis.
Yep. It's more it's better confirmation, and I can
just clearer too, right?
That too, and I can actually minimize my trades a lot better. So since I switched, I haven't taken bigger than like a $50 loss, and I've risked I think anywhere from like 250 to like 700 per trade, and I'm able to minimize it super well. So that's what I like.
Yeah. I just like it the 4 hour because it gives you that. I think it gives you the big picture, but I love the 1 hour entries. But I want to know the direction of the 4 hour daily and weekly and all that. But I don't think any of us are patient enough to just trade off the daily, right?
No.
So, but you need to take those into consideration, because we were just saying that the GJ, I think you and I talked about it, we all talked about it, has been an uptrend. We've been saying to buy dips on GJ as well. So this move up isn't a surprise.
No, it's not a surprise. I mean, if you had a buy stop above everything, great, but yeah, we'll see.
That was low, right? It's definitely hitting up against some resistance.
Yep, ran back into here, which is a really heavy area, so.
And that level was the level from what day is that I had on the 4 hour?
August 13th.
Yeah.
As well as yesterday. We tapped into it.
Actually, I'm going back to June 5th as well. It's kind of where we're at on the 4 hour June 5th. So this is definitely a major level. And it was a huge correction on June 5th when it popped up to this level, and then it tanked.
Yep.
So
done that every time it's gotten in this general area. 140 to 139 it's ripped from, so we'll see. Do we rip again or go up?
But I mean, it's hit there several times, so I would be more inclined for it to finally break this time and then pull back, and then you could do some buys at this level.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm not really looking too much on GJ right now. Maybe if we come back and get support here, that would work. But then we can only trade up to here again. I'd rather it run through and then come back.
Yep.
I think the GG train has left.
Oh, it hasn't left yet.
No, I don't think it's left. I think it's still just playing.
Because if you look at the 4 hour, if you clear this area on the 4 hour, your next really major area on the 4 hour is 144 from what date is that? February on the 4 hour.
It's clean all the way on
if you
4 hour?
clear this area, right?
Okay.
Cleanly, then you have clear sailing up to 144. So I would love to see it break this and then pull back and then trade it up.
So on
with that target.
We haven't gone. The high time frame is stuck there, you're saying?
Yeah, we haven't gone anywhere.
Okay.
So I don't think anything's left. It's just kind of moved to the top of the range.
I was saying it's left from this tinier range from here.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoever was looking at this is gone.
Right. But if we breach that higher level and then pull back, we can get some buying up to 144.
So what do you guys agree? Like the ideal move, the idea would be, let it continue up possibly and do some sort of like a higher low, and then continuing further up or something like that.
Do you want to go to the GJ one more time again, Paul, real quick, if you could?
Like I was saying, something like, I don't know, it comes up, breaks that, maybe retests that.
This is the area we want it to break, right? That green circle.
Yeah.
Then we want it to break, pull back, and then
that
would be my signal to 144. I would trade that to 144, but I want it to break a certain amount, right? 50 or 60 pips. I don't want it to just break by 10 pips. I want it to break clear and then pull back, and then I'm trading it to 144.
And like when it pulls back, it has to be a strong enough now support to hold it up to continue going further up. So it's not just a fake out.
Yeah, this would be a strong enough support level right here. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it'd be a really strong support.
Even maybe that right there. But it's got to break this level first. So.
One thing I'm surprised about is wasn't say the NYSE broke the range that was stuck in the low 30-minute range it was stuck in on GJ. Like it stayed there the whole time through New York open everything, and then NYSE
London.
ended up breaking it up.
Yep.
Oh, it stayed there even in London? That's part of London there?
Yep.
That's crazy, bro. And they say NYSE has no volume.
Who says that?
I don't know. I just thought someone said that.
No, nobody says that. That crazy Canadian crap out of here.
I'm not consistent enough on the streams, man.
Yeah, you've been slacking.
lacking.
No, NYSE. If NYSE can't break us out of London or NY range, then it's a dud for the day.
Hey, Paul, I'm just gonna say though, get your crap together in Wisconsin, man. What's going on out there?
Oh, the Kenosha thing?
Yeah, is that close to you or?
Yeah, that's 30, 40 minutes away. Yeah, man, everyone's just fucked. I give up on society. Everyone's. I'm not gonna say the word I want to say, but everyone is, and I'm sure you can figure out what I want to say.
Yeah.
People just got to use their brains. That's it. That's it. It's no longer about protests and what's right for people. It's just destroying shit, and it's stupid. Nobody's just being. There's very little intelligent people is what is the vibe everyone's giving off.
Well, it's a microcosm of society though too, right? I mean, you go into, again, YouTube streams for trading and most people aren't very intelligent either, are they? So it's just a microcosm of society.
Yeah, well, that's all I want to talk about on that. I don't want to elaborate or someone be like, well, let's have a discussion. No, I don't care enough to have a discussion. Those were my 2 little pennies. That's it. We'll move on. I'm good.
That's good, man.
Yeah, we could see NYSE push hard, but I mean, there's no trade here. No, nothing. I mean, if you got it from the bottom with stops like here or under here, great. But from where we are now, there's nothing right now. Might get something closer to like 9:30 or 10. But there's this crude oil news. I never like trading when that comes out because it always just does weird stuff. So.
My trading journal, I'm not saying that 140.85 isn't a level on GJ. I'm saying that the major level where it really made a huge move from is 144. I'm not saying 140.85 isn't a level. I'm saying for me on the daily, 144 is the bigger level. And that's the one I would pay more attention to. I'm not saying 140.85 isn't a level. I see it from January and in January, but I'm just thinking 144 is a bigger level is all.
Nope, no trades yet this morning for me. I was waiting on EJ to form support right here, which was 4-hour resistance, so I wanted support on the 30-minute or 1 hour. It did it. I missed it. And then the other thing I was looking at was UJ, but it has this 9:30 news, so I didn't want to do anything till after that. But I wanted to see resistance form here. This 4-hour kind of closed above, so ideally we should stay above that line and make support, but it was just a little fake out, closed back underneath, price came back down. So those were the 2 things I was looking for. I'd missed EJ, and this one I wanted to wait for the news to come out, so just waiting for right now.
And Fields asked if the hurricanes has to do with oil. Yes, absolutely. Because you're talking about Texas and Florida, which is our major oil producing states, right? So if a hurricane knocks out a bunch of the oil producing, then oil prices will go up. So yeah, the hurricanes definitely have some effect on oil prices as well. I'm just glad we got that real big tank on oil that we were talking about a couple months ago.
You're just glad what?
That real big tank on oil that someone were talking about a couple months ago.
I was gonna say, are you still holding some of your positions?
Yeah.
Classic Iron Man.
From $10 to 14. I have 30 positions in still.
What is it? What is it right now?
44 almost.
Ooh.
Aram.
What's that? Sorry.
I was just say, Aram, if I want to get an EJ, I want us to come back here, form support again, and then I'll get in it. That's what I want to see.
I was gonna say, before the whole crash and everything, what was the highest oil was at?
Well, it's filled the gap now where it really did the big drop. The big drop was right at 41 when it started to drop.
But
And so
like
it's
before,
filled the gap.
before all that, like what was the highest though?
Oh, the highest it's ever been?
Yeah.
140.
140. You think it would ever reach back up there after, like now, after the big drop, the climb back
I
up?
think it's going to go to 60 or 70. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it'll go that high, but I don't care if it goes that high. I'm good now, but I think it'll go to 60 or 70. So then he says I thought there was a surplus on oil after COVID. So we've talked about this a lot, and that was one of the reasons. Sorry, Paul, I'll keep it short. We talked about that, and everyone's like, that's why oil was going to tank, because there was a bunch of tankers out in the ocean. But people who trade already knew that when oil tanked. It's not like the people that trade oil and make a bunch of money on oil didn't know that those tankers weren't out there for 2 months. So that was priced into the price when it went down to like 10. So there might still be a surplus, but if hurricanes come, they might wipe out that surplus because they might wipe out those oil tankers. You never know. Yeah, exactly. Oil will go up as supply will shorten. Yeah. So that was probably one of the most epic trades you could have ever done, was when when oil tanked down to, on my broker, it was $8 a barrel. I mean, that's probably going to be one of the most epic trades ever, because it wasn't going to go, on futures, it didn't go to zero. I know everyone said it went below zero, but on my futures, it didn't. That was a no-brainer trade. That was easy. Because you could trade it, because when I took my contract for Gertrude, I took my contracts and I could have it go to zero, and I only would have lost like 10% of my account. So I was prepared to buy all the way down to zero.
The risk to reward was there.
Yeah, it's just buy low, right? You're getting a monumental opportunity to get an asset at an extremely low price, and I want to take that opportunity every time.
And I don't think it's going to go back that low for a while, unless something like this happens. Which something like this will happen again, no matter what. Like history repeats itself. But like
it does.
It just depends when it happens, and if we're even going to be looking at charts at that age.
Yeah, I think the U.S. is actually the biggest oil producer, Robbie. I think the U.S. is actually the biggest net exporter of energy. Sorry, Paul. We kind of took over there for a second.
No, you're good. I'm just looking at the chart and don't see any.
We're going to get a trade on the GJ here soon. It's going to be, is it a sell at 140.20 or is it a buy after it breaks and pulls back? We'll get a trade on it soon.
Yeah, I want EJ to pull back here. Form a support, and then we can go back up.
So then he says, one more, would you invest in the cannabis market? I don't know, are cannabis stocks going down? Because I will invest in anything that I can get a good price to buy it at. But it has to be going down. I won't buy it as it's going up. So if I get a good price, I'll buy anything.
Wait, what did the individual say about Canada? So what did the individual say about Canada?
Oh, he said, would you invest in the cannabis market? And I said, I would invest in any market if it's a really good price.
DJ 4 hour, once we get above, we are lean up to maybe here. 141, 950 area, maybe 683.
It should break it this time. This is, I mean, it's been hitting up against this 140.07 or 140.25 for several times. It should have the momentum to break this time. We'll see. And look at the consolidation on GJ too, right? On the 1 hour, you had a bunch of consolidation between 139.64 and 139.96 basically. And typically once consolidation stops, does it go in the direction it was going before, or does it go in the opposite direction? Typically it goes in the direction it was going before the consolidation.
So up.
Yep.
If this, what do you guys look at as some sort of idea for a trader? So if this current, what time is it? Never mind, hourly is so called when it started. I was thinking if this 30-minute closes bullish like this, right, and the next one breaks, I mean bearish like this, and the next one breaks the high, what do you take an entry possibly with stops under here as this kind of tested the support just with a wick though? Right now, no, okay. Yeah, I'm done trading for myself.
No, you're not.
No, I see that if I take another trade, and if I lose it, I'm gonna take a trade after that, and I'm gonna lose that, because that's what overtrade trading does. So no,
You don't want to know how many trades I've taken this week.
But you can handle that, like mentally. You get what I mean?
In excess of 30 probably already.
This week?
Yep.
Not this month. This week?
This week.
Bruh. But like, when you mean trades, you mean like, you don't mean like multiple positions on the same, the same idea. You mean like 30 different ideas.
Same kind of same overall idea, just different levels.
Okay.
I'm not one to think that you should only do 1 or 2 a day. That's fine, and that works for some people. I trade whenever something sets up. I don't care when it is.
Yeah, like sorry, 1 second. Like I can't handle that mentally for myself, so that's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
Like if you're able to handle it, bro, go for it. I'm not stopping you. It's just like if the individual is able to handle it.
Well, you definitely weren't stopping me because I didn't see it in my house saying taking.
No. I don't mean like that.
No,
I mean like yeah. I mean like I'm not gonna say anything against you.
Yeah, that'd be fine too. Trust me, I get that every day, man. You can say whatever you want, no matter to me.
Yeah, if EJ doesn't pull back, I think we'll get back up to this 125, 717 area. That's Iron Man and Gershot.
He says, are you looking for a 15-minute break on the previous high? Again, just me personally, I will never look at a 15-minute chart. So I wouldn't know on a 15-minute. I'm looking for a break of the high and then pull back, preferably probably on the 1 hour. But I never look at a 1 hour. I never look at a 15-minute chart. So it would probably have to be a 1 hour rejection, pull break, and then a 1 hour rejection coming back to that level. But definitely not a 15-minute. Yeah, and I have my reasons for that, Matthew. I've been doing this for 17 years, so I just don't want to trade a 15-minute chart. But people make it work, and that's good for them. I just can't.
I used to trade the 15-minute charts so heavily, and now I've stopped. I was like, I'm more probable on the 30-minute.
Well, it's the thing about the 15-minute too, and people will be like, oh my gosh, it just made a huge move. And you drop down to the 15-minute chart and it's gone up like 15 points. And it's like, that's not a huge move.
On the talking on gold?
No, I'm saying people, when they, you know, when
Oh,
you
okay.
trade off the 15-minute chart, and they're like, oh, it just made a huge move. And you look at it and you're like, that's not a huge move. That's just normal, everyday noise.
And like the lower you go on the time frames, I think the less reliable they become.
Yeah.
Like in the way the structure's forming, the trend is, and everything like that. Because
well, remember, you're in the higher time frames. I mean, the higher time frames are setting the direction, right? And the lower time frames are just bouncing up and down between, you know. But the higher time frames are setting the direction and the trend.
No one's sending in any charts?
Nope.
Really? Mr. Johnson, why is it important to just trade one pair? My view on this is, if you're a beginner, if like you've never traded anything ever before and this is your first time on, I think focusing on one pair lets you understand the markets more for that pair and how it trends. And then maybe when you have a little bit more experience in your belt and your mental side, like your psychology and everything's on point, and then you can move on. But I think as like just starting on one thing and then moving on to other things is a better idea. So that's why I think.
And Gerchot knows I'm going to take the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I think you find out a system that works for you, patterns that work for you, and you can trade whatever pair you want. It's more important, I think, to learn how to read candlesticks, learn how to read the charts. And if you can get down how to read the charts, you should be able to trade that on any time frame, any pair, anything. I switched to futures because, like, I think you guys were talking about this yesterday. August is really boring in the Forex market for the most part. So that's why I ended up switching to futures, because futures is never boring. So, but if you have a system that works, you should be able to trade that system on any pair, any time frame, anything is what I think. But I understand why focusing on one is also a good idea. I'm not saying it's not a good idea. But like I said, I just trade whatever sets up, whatever time it sets up, whenever it sets up, I'll trade it. And he says I used to trade the 5-minute chart with Bollinger Bands and RSI, and he'll say I got 0 bikini girls. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. There's my man right there. Kevin, how you doing, boss? Hope everything's good. That's my man right there. Puffing up your lungs again, Paul? Yeah, so Kevin says beginners should trade the setup on whatever pair and then specialize later. But Kevin got to hear me for a long time, so that's probably why he thinks like that.
Yeah, I would say the opposite.
There he is.
Yeah, no, I think it depends on your personality. I think
Yeah.
trading is a big thing on your personality. Like, it's heavy on that. You know, the type of person you're in, if you're able to handle certain stresses and stuff like that. Like, because when I first started and I was looking at like probably max like 3-4 pairs. And this was when I first started trading, and I tried to correlate the pairs a lot, and I always end up confusing myself because one pair would do one thing. I was like, okay, this pair should do this, and it kind of messed me up. So I think trading is like whatever fits you, fits your personality the best.
Yeah. And that's so key what you said too, because a couple times I've asked a couple of my people, like, when you were in the trade, how were your emotions? So you need to figure out, you know, what your emotions are, and what if it's too emotional for you, don't do it.
Yeah.
'Cause you have to trade emotionless.
Yeah, and talking about emotions, like recently when with Asian like not being consistent with me, and then when I finally cut that out fully out of my plan to not trade, and then it stuck to like New York and NYC, I even dropped down my risk even further than it usually was, because my emotions were still out of whack. So I think emotion has a big aspect. It's like just like if you don't feel comfortable with like the amount you're risking, I think you should like cut back on that and stuff like that.
I always say, get to a point on your contract size that you can go to bed and not worry about it. Then you know you're in the right place.
Yeah.
Like
And
I go to bed all the time. I go to bed all the time, and I don't worry about my trades. And if you can get to that point, then you're in the right place. You're trading the right lot size. But if you're getting way nervous and you can't do anything, you can't sleep, you can't do anything, then you need to scale back on your lot size.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and I feel like now I found I'm risking like low. Like I was risking 2% because of the challenge, and then Asian kept messing me up, and then went
Here we
to
go, guys.
and then I went to 1%. Now I feel so comfortable, and I'm winning more over 1-to-1 and everything like that. Now I'm risking 0.5%, and I'm still making good percentage gains.
Well, and so Jay Clem says, too big a position size is the number one thing that fakes with my emotions. Yeah, because we think that we need to make $1 million right overnight. Don't we?
Yep, GJ's moving up a little bit.
If any of you guys have seen my stories, I mean, I can make $300 to $500 a day or $700 a day, which is a lot of money with very small lot sizes. You guys know I trade very small lot sizes, but I make my 300 to 500 consistently every day, and I don't need more than that. And you can make that with pretty small lot sizes.
I think that's where people mess up. They want more than they really need.
Yeah.
There's always more, like more of this, more of that, more of everything.
Because that's the society we live in, right? Everything's right at your fingertips. You don't need to wait for it at all.
Yeah. Whose chart is this, Paul?
Looks good, Chris. You got a really good entry down here. Hopefully this one plays out too.
One thing, can you go back on the real quick? One thing, what's this? Swing, hold or die. Gonna hold as long as possible to 144 if price doesn't play around. I was gonna say, you have a stop loss set on that, right? Don't just hold in and blow your account. Make sure you have a stop loss set on that at least. Oh, okay. I was like, what? I was like, I couldn't tell. Yeah. If it doesn't break the support there, I think she's good there, or he or she. I'm not sure.
I'm taking a sell right now in the US 30.
US 30. It's a scary monster.
I love it. It's my favorite one.
I'm not.
I'm taking a sell at 28,198 with a 100-point stop.
UJ. Ooh. This is 4 hour. I was like, is this like an hourly or 30-minute?
No, 4 hour.
I was like, this can
Formed resistance right where it was supposed to.
Yeah. What does it look like on lower time frame? Is there any sort of setup?
Yeah, there was right here. Just the timing wasn't right.
Wicks failed. Look at that. Failed the wick right there.
Yep.
Came to 30-minute support. Strong potential support for buys. What is based 4 hour?
It's gonna break.
Be like a low 4 hour breaker retest.
I'm early on the US 30. I should wait a little bit longer, but I'm gonna do it just to.
G.
Yeah, Alex. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, good shot.
No, nothing. I'm just reading the chat.
I like what Alex said. He said it just needed a mentality change. Yeah, you just need a mentality change. You don't need to get rich overnight. But it also is about what your goals are, right? I mean, you have to determine, like I've told you guys before, my bills for the month are very, very small. So I don't have to make 50 grand a month. So if your bills are 5 grand a month and and you're trying to trade full time, then that makes it harder. But when your bills are only $1,200, $1,300 a month, you don't have to make a lot. So it says, what's your target on the US 30? Well, where's your next resistance? Where's your next support level? Or where's your next, I should ask you that question. Where's your next support level? If you go to the 4 hour, you go to the 1 hour, where's your next support?
This is
58,
about
maybe.
a very minor character from Rick and Morty. Are you serious? Here we go. On a distant planet populated by
Do you guys eat breakfast yet? I'm starving, bro.
No, I haven't eaten yet. I'm pretty hungry.
What are you feeding us, Gertrude?
I didn't even get caffeine yet.
I might just make a peanut butter sandwich. Nothing special.
Oh, lettuce sandwich. Lettuce and just lettuce.
My go-to is the
What?
grilled cheese.
You
Mine
get a
is the
lettuce
grilled cheese.
sandwich.
Nah, grilled cheese is too much cheese. I'm not a cheese fan. But what do you mean lettuce? Just bread and lettuce? Like toast and lettuce?
No, you're gonna put lettuce and wrap it in lettuce, and that'll be your sandwich.
Bro, you need to out of here with that shit. Nah, I'm not a cheese guy, bro. I don't know why. It's too heavy, too greasy.
I did grilled tuna yesterday.
Grilled tuna. Man's dying over here, bro. You probably have some sort of just like a throat infection or something, some bacteria that isn't getting out, like your white blood cells aren't killing it off.
Actually, you know what it is? One of my good friends is an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and I have the same thing. It's like I have congestion in my throat. I keep thinking, oh, he goes, it's not. It's actually it's a little bit of an inflammation from too much caffeine. Because I always am doing that too, thinking I'm clearing stuff out. But he says, no, you have a caffeine, because I drink a soda every day. He goes, that's what it is. So you might check that, Paul, with your coffee. A 44-ounce soda. Every day.
But the thing is, after a while, like it catches up to you, no? I would say, like, if you keep drinking every single day for a long period of time, like it affects you.
I went to the drink place yesterday to get my son one, and I actually didn't get one, which I was pretty proud of myself for not getting one.
You went to a what place?
It's a place called Sips. It's this flavored soda. So you'll get I get like a Dr. Pepper, and then I get blackberry and raspberry and coconut cream. It's really good.
Coconut cream? I haven't heard about that yet.
Yeah, but I didn't get one yesterday, so it was good.
I'm proud of you, Clay.
Thanks, man.
Proud of you.
My wife is proud of me. That's what's maybe.
Turmeric anti-inflammatory. Oh, there you go.
Oh my gosh, Gold, what are you doing? Gold is going crazy again.
Pull it up. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, skyrocketing.
I love you, Gold.
Where are you closing it?
I'm not closing it.
You're holding until it breaks a high again?
Yeah. I mean, I've booked profits along the way, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of this will never get out unless it takes me out. So I hope I'm saying his name right. Again, the question is, he says, where's gold going? Where is your next resistance level on your 4-hour chart? That would be the question. So whenever you ask where's gold going, just look at your chart and ask where the next resistance level is.
Just take it zone to zone. Any currency, anything you're taking, just take it
Yeah.
zone to zone. As simple as that. Just taking it zone to zone.
Just find out where your next major level is. For me, it would be 1959 probably. But you just look at your 4 hour and say, where has it bounced off before? And do that. 1962 maybe is what I'm seeing. And then 1956. Yeah, 1950 area, give or take, right? But the nice thing about it now is it doesn't really matter because, you know, I got into a gold trade at 1911. I don't really care what it does anymore. It can do whatever it wants. It can dance sideways for all I care. I'm just going to keep moving my stops up. If it goes up higher, I'll just keep moving my stops up higher.
You're like the ultimate runner, or like runner. What's the word I'm looking for?
But I hate running, Gershot. I only run when chased, and I don't get chased very often. I don't like running. My
Swimming.
knees are
Swimming.
bad. Everything's bad.
Go swimming. Swimming will help with everything.
Oh, that's actually what I do. But I have been chased by a grizzly bear before, so that wasn't fun.
Let me guess. Up in Alaska.
Yeah.
Knew it.
Yeah. Good night. Okay, so we got the break on GJ. It's breaking right now.
Yeah, it's moving.
Paul, where do you want? I mean, I would say 140.60. I'd say 40 points above and then a pullback. What would you say?
I mean, maybe a little bit higher and then come back.
Yeah, so even higher than 40.
So, I mean, if I can have 20 pips of clean traffic, so yeah, I mean, we can get up 10 pips higher and then come back with nice candles and then get support here. I would like that.
Yeah.
But it's already 9:30. It's probably going to take an hour and a half to do that with these 30-minute candles.
You know you're going to trade it if it gets there.
Not if it's after like 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
No. We'll see.
I'm going to be sending you a message on IG if it does that and you're not around. I'm going to be like, you better freaking get in this thing.
No, if it's
What are
off-
your thoughts on this? I know Iron Man's I think idea, but like this can be for chat, this can be for anybody. Like anybody can join on this. So it's like the setup you guys are looking for GJ, right? The retest setup to continue going up, right? What are your thoughts on the fact that if it occurs, we'll say 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like whenever it occurs, would you take the trade or only during the time? Like you mainly look at the chart. So it's like you know, we trade NYSE and then like New York Open or whatever. So would you only take a trade in that time frame if it sets up, or if like the ideal setup that you've been looking for all day happens at like 3 hours from now? Would you take? This can be for the chat. This can be for you guys. Anybody in Zoom. Like, what are your thoughts on this?
I definitely wouldn't take it right at day end. That's definitely not something I would do.
Like, would you take it like 2 hours from now?
Probably not. Times at 9:30, 10:30. Maybe 11:30 if it's perfect, like super perfect. But I'd probably not even be having a chart up to see it anyways.
What about you, Aaron, man?
I'll take it whenever it happens.
No matter what.
Yep.
So even if it's like middle, like even if it's pre-Asian and everything like that. Okay.
The answer to that question is always yes.
What about chat? I want to hear chats. Wouldn't dare open a trade at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Time of day is crucial. Any more thoughts, chats? Come on, let's see what you guys think. No spreads widen, and I have no desire to carry to the next Asian session. In my experience, no trade at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
But you also have to remember too, if you're more scalping, then I can understand if the spread widens, you have to hold the trade longer. But if I'm looking for 300 or 400 pips, I could care less if the spread is 5. I could care less if the spread is 15. So it also matters on if you're scalping or if you're more doing the way I do it. So I can definitely understand that.
I was gonna say that I'll just sort of say that I was gonna say it depends on your strategy of trading. I think the way that Iron Man trades, I don't think it matters too much because like yeah, you're going for much larger targets. While if someone's scalping for 15 pips, 10 pips, where it may not
Right.
be.
Yeah. So again, it just matters what your strategy is. If I was looking for 10 or 15 pips, then absolutely I would feel the same way. I'm not looking for that.
Ooh, I like this. Someone said, "Don't react to price, plan for price." That's a good quote.
Gold's 1940. So I just moved my stops to gold to 1928. So that's 170 points, no matter what. So John says, very few times do you see moves at 4 to 6 p.m. Why bother holding that almost certain drawdown? Well, I guess my question would be, John, is if, let's say, gold, because I'm more familiar with gold, let's say at that time frame, gold is tanking like it did this morning and I get a really good price, am I going to miss that opportunity? I consider it opportunities. And what's the opportunity cost, like you say? But if gold's tanking, why would I say, well, I can't do it because it's between 4 and 6 p.m.? For me, I would say I'm more worried about, am I getting a good price to buy? Just like when you buy a house, right? You're looking to buy a house at the lowest point you can. You're not looking to buy a house at the highest point. So if I get a really good deal to buy gold, I consider it an asset. I'm buying an asset. If I get a really good price to buy it, I don't care what time of day it is. But it's different. You got to determine what's good for you and what's not good for you. 1943.
In the first verse, I hit you with the pizza rhyme, slipping to the past, slippery sloping like I'm spitting slime, Ninja Turtles in time. I'm gonna shell shock this line so hard that
Gertrude, how come you never say hi to me on Instagram?
I don't have you. I don't follow you on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Why aren't you following me, my friend?
I do not know. What's your Instagram?
I just make fun of people all day, man.
Where is it? What's your Instagram? Let me see.
Iron Man futures trading.
Oh, I see. Results matter?
Yeah, I just make
There
fun
you
of people all day long.
There you go. I'm following
Because I
you.
get bored. Yes, I am in US 30 and I'm down 20 points. And I don't care.
Thank you for the sub. Just kind of chilling. There's nothing right now, so.
We're going to get that GJ trade.
Yeah, if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, what, you have a Challenger? You bought a Challenger, right? What year is your Challenger?
2019.
Nice. Is it the V8?
No. Insurance was way too much.
I get you, man.
It was like 300 extra a month for just for a V8, like a standard basic model. So I got a little nicer model, but V6 I'm just gonna tune it up and then it'll be fine.
Stop loss to 1932 on gold now, so that's 210 points.
Appreciate it, DJ.
You can only see Dirt Shot, Paul, and I here. You can't see us anywhere else, so everyone needs to be on the stream.
Literally, I don't let anybody else follow me on anywhere.
Yeah, V6 it's still pretty quick, but I'm still gonna tune it up.
But your fat ass is probably slow as hell.
Bro, if you got in the car, the wheels would fall off.
Right, nah.
Hey,
Yeah.
When Paul ends, though, I do my live on IG, and it's just to make fun of people for an hour, so it's pretty fun.
Let's see. I'll try to join that today to see. Don't be too mean. Be nice to people, Paul. Iron Man. Not too mean.
But listen, it's mainly to Bitcoin YouTube streamers. I usually go off on Bitcoin YouTube streamers. It's pretty fun.
That's okay. Then you guys can go back and forth.
Yeah. Just a chance to have some fun, lighten it up.
I don't know if we're gonna get a trade.
It's all right. No need to force a trade. What
No.
GU? Someone kept saying GU was a good entry. Let's see what GU look like. GU 30 minutes. So it's hanging out from the bottom.
Yep, right there.
Hey, Gertrude, I watched a video of this guy, this Bitcoin YouTube streamer that was talking about $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year again, and I just kept saying to him, "Can you deal in reality, please? Like, there's no, like, it hasn't even gone to 20,000 again. Like, we can talk about 100,000 after it goes above 20, but like, are we kidding? You can't show me anything that tells you that it's going to 100,000, other than pipe dreams and hopes and dreams."
A lot of people I've seen a couple stuff on Instagram. A lot of people think it's gonna like blow up soon.
And I'm not saying it's not either, but go above 20,000, then we can start talking about that stuff, But there was that one guy that said 46,000 by the end of last year, and I kept saying, "Dude, you're crazy." And what ended last year at 6,000? I'm like, what are you talking about?
My thing is just that I don't think it's consistent enough sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot about it, so like, don't come at me, gulag chat. Don't come at me. I don't know enough about it. But I think just in general, I don't think it's consistent enough for me to trade or anything like that.
Well, but if you look at their stuff, it's all affiliate links and buy my wife's crypto gear, and stuff, and like they're not traders.
But wait, what? They have crypto gear?
Yeah, well, this one guy, I'm not going to say it, but this one guy his wife has a crypto gear, and every stream he does is like, "Buy my wife's stuff," and like, because you can't trade. You have to get affiliate links, and you have to get them to sign up because you can't trade. You don't trade. So that's what drives me crazy about those Bitcoin streamers. None of them are traders.
Do they take any trades on stream?
No, they wouldn't dare.
They're not at our level. If you don't, I think that's a good sign. It's like if you don't take any trades on stream, I like point out where you're like clearly like you're entering in your stop loss, whatever like that is. I think that's a good sign. Like that person.
But the thing about it is because they're scared to lose, and I'm just not scared to lose. I lose all the time.
That's what I'm saying. But like trading, you're gonna lose. It's guaranteed. Yeah. I can put every single penny in my bank account that you're gonna lose a trade some point in your life. That's like it's gonna happen no matter what. Like.
Yeah. So Jay and Pedro said, "What do you think of IML?" I don't think anything. I never think about IML. I have no idea what IML is. So I have no idea. I don't waste my time thinking about that stuff.
Yeah, I've had like 3 people from IML message me past couple weeks.
What is it exactly? Like
I think it's a multi-level marketing, basically, isn't it?
Pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
That's all I keep hearing. Like it's like some sort of like scam or something like that. Like they trick people that they can become traders and then they don't actually teach them or something like that.
The basic question you have to ask is, caring about IML going to help you make money? And if the answer is no, then don't worry about it, because IML isn't going to help you make money unless you want to work hard and be a pyramid person.
Cabe, send a chart. I'm not your servant. If I was, you should probably leave a tip on the stream. or just send a chart.
We can do that, Paul. You want us to leave a tip for you? And if we do leave a tip, would you be our servant?
20%. Yeah. Have everyone leaves 20%. Yeah. I'll pull up any chart.
He's like, how is the price moving on NZD?
So literally, if I send you a tip today, you will be my servant?
I'll pull up a chart. I'll pull up a chart for you. I've already pulled up your chart, so you're technically months overdue.
Oh, man.
To be fair.
Dang it.
You should probably have mic privileges revoked, but
we'll
discuss that tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, Cabe, send a chart. Send a chart.
I will not be silenced.
Psych. Mute.
There you go. I'll do it to myself.
EJ ran perfect, or UJ ran perfectly. EJ
I want
might do
I
something.
want you in there today, Gertshot, for that hour that we have fun.
Oh, I will accept it. You didn't even accept my request.
I'm in a meeting right now.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. I gotta focus.
Sorry. I'll be right back.
Gertshot's on it today, man. He's on point. Yeah. Show up, man. You can't rely on those Canadians, can you? It's like little brother. It's like you can't rely on your little brother because they're
Boy, who's on
America.
top of who on the world map? On the world map.
Who protects you?
That's the thing. We're smarter. We're not shoving billions of dollars into our military service. We got you guys. You work
Yeah.
smart, not hard.
A.
Anyways,
You gotta add the A in there.
Other times, it's with the screeching brakes too slow to prevent a crash. Each footprint in the path, each with the same promise of being the last. Me, I've learned to
My favorite line for Canadians, my buddy got a new booty.
One day I'll
the A
say
in
that.
there.
One day when I get my boat, you can say that to me. Or say that
Okay.
in the chat.
Okay, my buddy got a new booty.
yeah, Gerjot sucks at COD, eh?
Hey, you need to relax there now. Now you're getting out of hand. Chat. I wish you'd streamed all the time your COD so that they can see how bad you are.
Hey, Gertshot, one of these days I'll do COD and then you won't be the worst.
There you go. There you go.
I'll just do it for the team, just to make you feel better. I'll play, because I don't play video games, but I'll do it so that it makes you feel better. If it makes you feel better.
You would love it, I feel like. Like, you would love the talking part, like talking crap
Oh,
to
yeah.
the opponents. I feel like you would
Yeah.
love it.
No, I definitely like to talk trash for sure.
Yeah, you would love it. COD is on a whole nother level. If you know, you know.
I have a really good gaming computer. My kids have the iBuy Power One. It's a really good gaming computer, but I don't ever do it.
Look at this. It's always the people with the best equipment that are worst. He has a gaming chair, a gaming computer, probably a gaming mouse, and still can't even do anything in COD.
Oh man, it's brutal in here today.
It's the truth, bro. It's the truth. You know those memes? Wait, let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull up this meme. I wanna show it you.
I'm gonna have to look at COD. I'm sure my kids have it. I have no idea.
How old are your kids?
Well, my oldest is 17, and my next is 15, and then my next is 11, then my next is 9, and then my next is 7.
The boys? Like the older ones?
All of them. The youngest, the 7-year-old's a girl, but all 4 are boys.
Yeah,
Little ones are
they probably have it.
I'm looking at like the home screen right now. I'm trying to see what they do.
If they have a console, it's probably on that.
They do Slime Rancher. Is that any good?
No idea.
Portal. Is that a game?
Yeah, that's the game. Yeah, I think so.
My oldest is really was really into Super Smash Brothers for a long time.
One second, I'm trying to find this meme.
You gotta send it to me, man.
Let's see.
Too much wasting time on getting screen.
That's Karma.
No, I don't think Sharma's in here.
Oh, we're going to trading books again, huh?
Eating ya now.
What?
Oh my god, if I could find this, it would perfectly describe Paul. Nah, bro, I've been going off on Warzone. I feel like I got way better. Yeah. Mike. I can agree there.
You might get a sell on the GJ here in 10 minutes if that wick is bigger than the body at the top. I would probably do a sell.
Fake out if it closes below the line. Bro, I need to find this meme. Chat.
I'll definitely enter a sell if it closes. If it closed just like this in 10 minutes, I would execute a sell.
That's too bullish.
I think on the 30-minute is going 30-minute. Don't you think if it breaks, how much time we got left? We have 10 minutes left actually. As if it closes below the resistance there, and it breaks a low like the previous low.
Go to the 1 hour for a second too, Paul. Is that the 1 hour?
Yeah.
That's all I care about right there.
Your stop would be above that.
Yep, I would get in right here, and then my stop would be above that, and it would have to be probably 10 above that or 15 above that, and then I would target back down into here.
For
But
me,
I would have to see that candle close, right? Because right now it definitely looks like it's rejection for sure.
yeah.
It could change in 10 minutes.
For me, just if it closes below the resistance here and then it breaks the low, possibly. A close below would be the most ideal thing.
See, for me, if I get, because that's the pattern I trade. If it's 85% accurate, then I don't really care about anything else.
Yeah.
No emotions. I'm just going to do it because the numbers say to do it. And if I lose, I lose.
Gotta be like a robot in trading like that when you follow your strategy.
So if it 9 minutes, 9 minutes.
Pull it back up, Paul. Let's see. That's the only setup I see.
Yeah.
EJ is coming back to support.
Ooh, it's getting there. What would be the? Can you see the stop loss if it was we're at the top and if it breaks below that? 27 to 34.
Yeah.
So still technically over 1-to-1.
No, I'm the one taking sells, Abraham, but I'm not going to take sells unless in 8 minutes the candle closes the way it's looking on the 1 hour. Because it could move up in 8 minutes and it could completely close off that wick. And so I want to make sure that wick stays the same on the 1 hour before I do it. But if it stayed like this, I would take it. And my US 30 trade is almost in profit. It's a little bit in profit.
I was gonna say your setup for UJ. Oh, okay. I thought you were looking for like some buy from down there. You know where you kind of tap perfectly.
Yep, and then if we close back above here,
And just take it all the way to the top.
Yeah, that candle right there. Look at that nice tail at the bottom.
Yep.
And then if you close above, that would be nice. But that would contradict my GJ one. But I'm just trading the pattern. That's all I'm doing.
Ooh, it's closing bullish.
Look at the gold 1 hour. Holy cow.
She's late for baby yoga. Out in public, catching everybody's eye with her brand new Orbit stroller and her probiotic smoothie.
About to get wild here. Hipster mom's back.
She's always shopping local and avoiding GMOs. Scoping out the Lululemon if it line on her phone. Using Amazon Mom, she's always on the go. Watching girls
7 minutes. Uh-oh.
to the Bushwick parties and the vinyl stacks. She misses Cafe Grumpy and Brooklyn Label, but when she's back in Franklin, she can never get a table. She remembers Luna Lounge where she passed out flyers for an underground band named Arcade Fire. Before Lululemon was successful and paid, Hipster Girl was on the L trying to find her way.
So Steve says GJ could be a good swing sell later when we see some accumulation and then an engulf bar. For me, I'm just trading. If that candlestick works, it works because I know it's 85% accurate for me. I don't have to wait for anything else. I'm just going to trade the numbers. I'm a numbers person.
Yo, you've been munching those cookies.
What?
I swear, every single day this guy's like, I'm munching cookies, I'm munching
Boy, he
cookies.
was doing TikToks for a long time. Now you're doing cookies.
He needs to relax.
I'll do sunflower seeds here. Maybe I'll do some sunflower seeds.
Oh, those are good. When you do you get the flavored ones?
I get the salted caramel ones.
Oh, we have these barbecue ones over here. So
Hey,
good.
Paul, can you go back to the GJ 1 hour? Christopher says I don't see cells. Can you go back to the GJ 1 hour for a minute?
Bro, this guy legit told you why he's selling 2 seconds ago.
It's the same on the US dollar. This is the 30-minute, but you can do it. I'm doing it because the wick is longer than the body of the candle on the 1 hour. That to me signals rejection, and I will trade it, and I'll put my stop loss above the wick by 15 or so, and then I'll take my licks. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Simple as that. But you are hitting up against the 140.20 area that we've been talking about. That is a major resistance level. So it's rejecting a resistance. That candle tells me that buyers are getting rejected. We'll see. I'm taking it because the numbers say to take it.
I was gonna say, yeah, because like, you don't see cells, but he sees cells. That's his plan. He has different plans than everybody.
Yeah.
That's it's like he can take a cell and win
Plus,
and be fine.
I'm just weird.
No, I don't think you're weird.
But the fact that you know, I mean, I'm bullish overall on it, so this would just be a sell to maybe buy into. But the fact that everyone thinks it's not a sell makes me even more confident that it is a sell. My US 30 is now in profit. Yes. Hey, we called that live, didn't we, Gertrude?
Yeah, just like any good and normal trader should.
It's weird, huh? You go on to Paul's stream, you actually get trades. It's all because of Paul, too. We're all here for Paul. We love Paul.
There is no way we are ever going to have a birthday party at SeaWorld, ever. Do you think the gold iPhone 6 clashes with her indigo aura?
We're not to that point yet, man. We still got to, do a little yin and yang first. Gotcha. Remember last week someone offered a date? That was pretty funny. Oh, it went well. I think I'm going to try and do it again. I don't know how my wife feels about it, but I don't know how my wife feels about a lot of things. So.
What? When did this happen? What did I just hear?
What was it, Paul? Someone said, "Are you looking for a date or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." Just joking, someone in the stream, in the chat, and I said, "Yep." And then I posted about it. I said, "Paul's stream was awesome, and I even secured a date."
Jeez, Paul's hooking up people these days now.
That's right, man. Paul's dating service. was like, I just get rid of this.
How's GG closing?
It's closing nice.
Ooh, that is a beautiful candle there. That is what I like to see. Now, who is taking this? Who is taking this trade?
Not me.
Me.
Ooh, we got one. We got one in. Any more takers? Any more takers? It looks like to me, what was it saying?
I'm in at 140.05.
To me, it looks like a fake out.
My stop loss is going to be 140.60 though.
140.60.
I just want I want to clear that wick. I want some space between. That's at 140.33 or 140.30. So I could probably go to 140.50, but I want some space between there, just in case it wants to touch that level again and then drop from there. But we'll see.
And it has closed. And it is.
My stop loss is 50 points, possibly, Christopher. 140.50, 140.60, possibly. I guess that's funny.
And GJ looks like it's continuing a tad bit.
There, you could book 8 to 10 pips right there.
GG already moved 8 to 10 pips?
Yep.
Chat. There you go.
Book 8 to 10 pips if you want to. Place your stop at break even if you did it.
So a 30 pip stop? No. No. That's a negative.
I think this is going all the way down, at least to the top of the range here, those wicks.
First target for me would be the 139.82 level that I have a red level at, but you could have just had 10 pips. So if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll hold mine longer, but you could take some right now.
Can't secure 10 pips with a 30 pip stop. That's ridiculous.
Can't.
It was actually like a 50 pip stop, I think, or 40.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too big.
You can.
But I'm holding mine. I'm saying if you didn't have that big a stop loss and you just took the trade, you can take it now for 10. I'm saying for me, yeah, I'm not going to take a 10 pip thing with a 40 pip stop loss. That's not what I'm doing. But I'm saying if you wanted to.
I was going to say you can secure Paul, but it's not the thing that we do, the accurate thing.
We just make money. That's what we do.
Boy, you need to get 1v1 on Rust.
Go take a nap and I'll make fun of people on my live IG for an hour.
Oh, someone took this cell with you. Some guy named Kevin.
Kevin's my boy, man. Kevin was one of the guys I trained over 18 months ago. Kevin's my man. He's a good trader.
Yeah, he took a cell with you.
Yeah. Kevin knows. He's been taught all that stuff. He doesn't say hi to me much anymore, though. It's kind of disappointing.
Yo, this song goes out to all you people obsessed right now with learning IoT, MQTT, home automation, and messing around with that like little $30 computer.
Yeah, but I heard one person that everyone loves say the risk reward doesn't matter. Just saying.
Who said that?
I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna get in. I'm just saying that there's one that everyone loves that says risk reward doesn't matter. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, I think you can do anything you want, secure 10 pips or anything, but I think risk reward matters.
It's huge to me.
Yeah. I was just saying you can just to be an asshole and you can do anything you want in trading, but
Yeah. All right. Matthew says he got 4%. Sweet. Good job, Matthew. Tip Paul. Don't tip me. Tip Paul because I'm late on my tips.
you got 4% off that trade?
Matthew said he did.
Jeez, Matthew, you eating today?
So tip Paul because I'm late on my friend dues. So you better tip Paul.
I'm gonna start calling these guys like the Paul Squad. You like that name? Paul Squad.
This is the best stream. I mean, I'm biased, but this is the best stream. Paul, you have the best stream.
I've been lacking in joining these, bro.
Yes, I am still in the US 30 trade. I booked some profit, a little bit of profit. I'm still in 80% of it. This is more longer term for me again, so. Yeah, Kevin is a really good trader, guys. You should. I mean, obviously, I have really good traders in here, but Kevin is a really good trader. He would go months without saying a word that didn't come in and just show us his account and be like, dang, man, you don't even say hi or flirt with me at all. You learned all this and you just go do your own thing. That's what I like. Paul says he'd be right back. So you got some really talented traders. Kevin is one, Berchot. Paul is good. There's lots of good traders in here. But I am gonna, once Paul's done, I am gonna spend an hour on IG, just having fun, making fun of people. I don't mean anything, so don't take it seriously. It is fun to just have a good time. It's how I blow off steam. Plus, I have the house to myself now. It's so quiet. I told you guys, we have my sister, my wife's sister is living with us right now until they find a place. And she has 5 kids. So we have my 5 kids at our house and her 5 kids. So there's rarely a time when it's quiet, but for these 4 hours, it's quiet. So.
They're all at school, no?
What was that?
I said they're all at school right now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, Kevin Thomas is the one we're talking about. Talk FX. Kevin's good. He didn't even pay me $20 to say that either. He should probably pay me $20 for that. Ironman Futures Trading is my IG. I post all my trades on there. I post profits every day. I don't hide behind anything. You'll see my profits every day on a live account. And I lose too. I have days where I lose. And I show that too. I hope Kevin took the gold trade. He got it sent to him. Actually, I know you did, right? I know you took it. Is anyone still in GJ?
No, I didn't take anything. I'm done. I was done trading after my
Come on, man.
CHF trade, man. No.
Dude, that was our no lose guarantee trade.
No. If I didn't take a trade in the morning, I would have taken it.
Where
That's
are you at, Bertrand? Where are you at?
Canada. I'm up in Canada.
That's right. What part of Canada?
Ontario. That's like
Okay,
GTA. Like
Yeah, we had I grew up in Seattle, and then we had a fishing lodge in Vancouver Island. I love Vancouver Island.
I haven't been to. Let's just say I gotta explore Canada first before I leave this country. I'm on the opposite side of Vancouver, basically. But
That's gorgeous country up there.
yeah, up near British Columbia, where you're talking about and everything like that. It's
Yep.
most beautiful place in all of Ontario. I mean, all of Canada.
Yeah, our fishing lodge was on the ocean, so you had to fly a float plane in. So we'd fly a float plane from Seattle to Canada and go fishing.
Yeah, that's the. It's gorgeous, like when you have a lodge up on the lakes, like there.
Yeah.
Canada is a beautiful place. It's just so big. Like legit, like a road trip from where I am to like up to British Columbia would take like a week and a half. I feel like, if I'm correct.
Come on, GJ.
How many pips is it moving right now?
That's at 92, so that's fine.
Wait, how many pips did you say he moved?
Say that again?
I said, how many pips did GG move? How many pips?
It's at 91 right now.
Oh,
I got in at 05, so.
Okay.
The Dow is just sitting there now. It's just consolidating.
Yeah, I think it's because the time of the day, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
I might just take it. I might just take the Dow out for a little small profit right now and wait till it either breaks up or down. So I'm going to take it out.
I was gonna say no. Jackie is not in all long. On GJ, he has sold GJ.
So I'm out of US 30 for a profit as well. It's just sitting there, being boring. The first target for me on the GJ Sam would be 139.82. I wish Paul would have put the GJ chart up there when he took off for a minute. But you just got to look at your support levels, right? Just find your next major support. I mean, you're up 12 pips, 14 pips right now. You should probably set your stops at break even if you did it, and then just let the rest run, or take some profit and let some run. It shouldn't be a losing trade at this point, especially with the way the markets are going. It's too slow. So I'd set stops at break even, take some profit, and then it doesn't matter where it goes. But the markets right now, for some reason, are just maybe they're watching a Joe Biden press conference and that's why they're really slow.
I mean, they maybe dying on volume now, but like this first 15 minutes of this hourly kind of did a nice move down. This depends if it continues.
Well, I got 20 points on the Dow and I've got 13 on that. That's not bad. I'll take that.
Yeah, I think if someone is in this GJ sell, just be careful. But when it comes to those wicks there where it consolidated.
Yeah. And 310 pips on gold. So I'm up about 360 pips today. So.
360 pips, ladies and gentlemen.
Akshay was in that. I know Akshay was in that. Gold. Oh, but I got to take out that one Gurchat because we lost. So Just say 300.
300 pips in 101 minutes of the stream. There has been 300 pips.
So let's see when I sent that out this morning. Let's see when I sent that gold thing out this morning. I don't even know what it was. Let's see. It was at it was about 2 hours ago, maybe.
So yeah, 2 hours ago. From 2 hours from now.
How many? That's 1, 2. Yeah, about
That's 100 and yeah, that's 120. So 300 pips. Fake on GJ. Yeah, the snook one. That's exactly what I was looking at GJ. I'm telling you, man. That's what I study on stream. Iron Man study on stream. His strategy was slightly different from mine, but it's the exact same thing. Both thought it was going to continue down. We study on stream. Some people capitalized, some people didn't. Now it's on you.
But for me, the sell again was just for an opportunity to get a lower price to buy it, because we tried to get above that 140.20 area. We kind of got above it, but it kind of sat there. So now usually if it can't get above it, it's got to go down and then make another run at it.
We wicked up hard above it, I feel like.
Yeah, and then we came right back down. And so I was thinking that we need to come down a little bit, and then we'll make another run at the high, because I still think that's the play is long. Full fleet, yeah. So I mean, 139.82 would have been ideal, because that was the consolidation area, and then get rejection and then buy it again. But it may come up now and break above, and that's fine too.
Wish I could have called the USD CHF trade, but the stream wasn't up then.
Hey, Gurja, I do some of the things I do like to, and again, don't take me seriously, okay? Don't. When I have like a day of 320 pips, I say that's 320 days of 10 pip trades. So
yeah.
The people that take their 10 pip trades and leave, that you can just talk to me in 320 days when you catch up.
I'll be there.
Don't take me seriously.
No,
I'm just playing around, everyone.
The best runner I have the best runner I've ever, not ever got the most memorable runner. It was with you, Paul. Remember when we had it wasn't on GJ sell. It reversed the full move up.
Yep, we
like
caught the 120 pips. Yeah, stayed up all night.
That was the best. That was like not the best. That was the most memorable runner, yeah. Because we stayed up all night and played COD. That was the most memorable runner.
We watched it all night.
Yeah, that was a beauty.
You're right, John. I'm sorry. John Lou is right. 32 days. Sorry.
Ido stream. That's it. I don't see anything. GJ, maybe if it forms support up here, we go bullish and we close above here. Maybe take it up. Otherwise, I think that could be it.
It was good today, Paul. It was good.
Yep.
You did good today.
We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have some coffee.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow too. I'll be